Okay, this is the emergency fund setup part 3, and just a quick recap. In the step 1, I focused on setting up the emergency cash, and that'll be the cash that you actually keep in your home. In the second part, or step 2, is the actual bulk of your emergency fund, and that is something that should be relatively safe, or actually extremely safe, kept in a bank, someplace where it's actually insured. That way, if there's ever any problems, you can be assured of having your money returned to you. You're not going to lose it such as you would in the stock market, essentially is what I'm getting to. And now for step 3, which is growth. Now, one of the problems of keeping an emergency fund in cash and in savings is the relatively small return that you get on that money, and that could be $5,000, $10,000 sitting in a bank account, getting relatively small returns on it. Now, one of the reasons why you want it safe is because it is an emergency fund. But a lot of critiques of actually accumulating such a large amount of money and not really getting the maximum return that you can from it is that you're not getting the maximum amount of return for it. And very oftentimes it may not keep up with inflation. So you might want to consider a growth step. And some of the things that you can place your money in are bond funds, tax-free bond funds, or precious metals. Now, my particular favorite is the precious metals. And here are some here. Specifically, I like to keep mine in American Eagles. It's a known weight. It's pretty much, in terms of precious metals, universally acceptable. There's never a question of the purity or the quality of it, so it makes it easy to exchange or sell. Now, these actually have a higher premium than some of the other types, but you can almost look at that premium as insurance, in that you'll be able to exchange these readily with no questions asked, pretty much for the most part, and no tests or anything needed to verify it. They'll just look at it, see that it's 1 ounce fine silver, $1, actually printed, or minted, I should say, by the United States government. So this is as good as money. Now, bond funds. Now, the problem with precious metals is that while it may keep up with inflation, it doesn't really offer any dividends or anything like that, which is where the bond funds come in. Bond funds offer dividends. They're relatively safe. I would say they're probably more safer than stocks. But once again, you are actually risking losing value on it, even though it is a bond fund. Same with precious metals. You do run the risk of losing value on it, which is why I say that after you've secured how much you think you need for your savings, as you continue to put money into the savings, once you get over your threshold, you can consider pushing it into this. And that's just in order to get it to grow a little quicker. And it doesn't really impact this, because this is already established. This is already established, and this is just an attempt to get more from it than you could otherwise in step 2 and step 1. And step 1 typically offers absolutely nothing in return. It's just the availability of your money in your home, which is the focus of step 1. But it is a consideration, and you definitely have to do your own research to find out whether or not this is something that you want to do with your emergency fund. But I think it, and personally for my particular use, is worthwhile. All right, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think about the 3 pillars of my emergency fund, which is the eCash, the savings, and the growth. And I may add a part 4, just discussing how I actually intend to use the emergency fund. Yeah, I just want to keep this short. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.